This is Gadget Top 321, and in today's video I'm taking a look at the Kokuyo Systemic Cover with Notebook. Now this is a notebook and cover that I thought would appeal to people who like gadgets. This notebook and cover comes in a variety of sizes and styles, so make sure you read the description so that you get the one that you're looking for. Now the style that I got is in an A5 size. It's all canvas. You can get one that is part faux leather and part canvas. This one's black. The canvas is kind of thin, but it feels durable. These come in a bifold style or trifold. I got the trifold, and this has a lot of features that I'm going to go over. It's got 3 card slots here behind the notebook. It's got another pocket, and I'll come back to that later. It's got a poly pocket over here that you can use as a pocket or a folder, or you can use it to put another notebook or a tablet in. This side has the same thing. A poly pocket where you can put a notebook or a tablet in it. There's an elastic pen loop that will hold. My favorite writing utensil to put in this is my TWSBI Pagoda. It's a nice lightweight pencil. It sits in there securely, but you can even put wider pens and pencils in there. This is a Lamy Studio. It fits in there nicely, pretty securely. Now my only concern with putting a fountain pen in there, if it's a nicer fountain pen, there's not a lot of material here protecting it, so that's something to watch out for. I think a nice pen to carry in it would be something like a Platinum Preppy. It fits in there really nicely. The notebook, the cover that I got came with a dual spiral notebook, and this notebook says that it's designed for people in pursuit of functionality. I'm going to show you why. It's got a poly cover, and this is just paper here. If you wanted to tear that out, you could. But it's got really nice paper. This paper has some details that I'm looking forward to using. It's got the two lines up here for your dates or titles or whatever. It's got 3 little hash marks. It's got those at the top of the page and down here at the bottom. And you can use that for indenting your writing, or you can use a ruler to draw in lines to divide up your page. And the name of this notebook is the Edge title, and this gives you a little hint of why it's called that. Each page is divided up into 4 sections. If you've used Marlman Nemesign notebooks before, those come divided up into sections, but each section, I'm going to zoom in here a little bit again, has a little spot where you can either put a date or put a title here on the edge, and then there's a little bitty space here that they recommend you can use a highlighter or a marker to color code your sections of your notebook. I thought that was pretty clever. Now the paper is not super smooth like Rhodia or Marlman paper, so I was a little bit concerned. It's not super thick either. It doesn't feel like it's as thick as Rhodia or Marlman, so I was a little concerned. Feels like it might be porous. I was concerned about using fountain pens with it, so I did a fountain pen test. And when I was writing with the fountain pens, it felt a little soft, like the paper felt absorbent, so I was a little bit concerned. And writing on it with a pencil, I wrote with my TWSBI Precision pencil. Writing on Rhodia paper and on the Marlmon paper is very pleasant. I love writing with pencil on those papers. But on this paper, it just didn't feel great. And I didn't mention that in my previous 2 videos where I was writing on Tomoe River paper. I don't like writing on Tomoe River paper with pencils either. I think the thinner the paper is, the less pleasant it is to write with a pencil. But as far as writing with the fountain pens, it did not feel unpleasant. Like I said, it just felt kind of soft, like the paper was absorbent. But when I flipped the page, I was very pleasantly surprised. Less show-through than Tomoe River. It's a little bit thicker than Tomoe River paper, and no bleed-through at all. Very little show-through. So this notebook's a winner if you're a fountain pen user. Now, I said I was going to come back to some of the interesting features of this notebook. This pocket back here is perfect for a notebook, maybe a little thinner notebook, like a Moleskine Kahir, if I said that correctly. It fits perfectly, and it just sets underneath the main notebook, and the cover still closes nicely. That's a nice setup. And you can even put a second, actually it's a third notebook by this point on this side. Let me see, I'm trying to do this around the camera. So now we've got 3 notebooks in here, and they slide in here pretty easily. I'm just trying to do this around the camera, so I'm at an awkward angle. And it's a little bit chunkier, but it still closes nicely. And not everybody's crazy about the moleskin paper. I don't know if this is true all the time, but I found that the Kahir, these little thinner notebooks, are fountain pen friendly. It's just the hardcover Moleskines are horrible. I did a little fountain pen test on this one in one of my previous videos, and it does great. It's very nice to write with, even the little ones, the little Kahirs. So I'm going to leave that in there because, well, yeah, I was going to try an Apica. I found that these fit this side pocket nicely. They have a paper cover, and these little Apica notebooks are very fountain pen friendly. So close this up, makes a nice chunky notebook, and those fit in there. The cover closes nicely. You've got enough paper to last you quite a long time in here. I can't remember. I'm gonna try putting one of the Apicas in here. I don't think it's going to fit. I could be wrong. I know the little Moleskine fit the best. I think this might be a little bit too wide. I don't know. It doesn't fit as well. The cover pops up just a little bit. It's not as perfect as putting the Moleskine in there. Let's see. Now these little pockets are split up at the top to allow you to put a tablet in. So let's try. Let's see. My favorite tablet, Rhodia Ice. I love this graph paper. I'm going to slide it in on this side. That makes a nice setup. Let me try. 2 notebooks. So a rhodia and a apica. Oh, that makes a nice setup too. Let's see. Oh, one other thing I was going to try. I tried putting a notebook here in the back cover. It was just too tight of a fit, but I found that one of these little narrow moleskines fits in there nicely. So that's an idea. Now, as far as some other, let's see, other spiral notebooks, I've been using one of these black and reds, and I tried to slide it in there, but it's got a strap back here, and even though the strap holds tight to the cover, it just doesn't fit. It doesn't slide in here nicely. But one that I found did fit really nicely is the A5 Marmon Nemesign. I'm a huge fan of this paper, so I was pretty happy that slid in here. Now, the original notebook has 50 pages. This Marmon Nemesign has 80 pages. So this is about as big as you can fit in there comfortably. It's got bigger rings, so it goes all the way to the edge. You don't have a lot of extra room. But let me see if you could fit one of these little notebooks in with it. Yeah, one of these narrow. The cover pops up just a little bit. I don't know. I think I like it without that. That's a perfect fit. And once you get some thick notebooks in here, your pencil fits in there nicely. Let me see. Does that cover everything? I have to say, I'm a super fan of this little notebook. I like the options that you have for switching out your paper, and I like the durability of it. It comes in different colors also. Let me see. I think that covers all of it. If you found this video helpful, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe to my channel.